Well, if you're here, you made it. You might still be wondering why you had so much chaos in your life this past year. So many twists and turns, so many ups and downs. A great shaking might have come over your everyday life. That's because we were on the threshing floor. You see, there was a sorting that happened this past year, a sorting of the wheat and the tares. And you have to realize the power that you actually have within you. You have the power to create new timelines and new realities. You hold this power inside of you, and you might have been on the wrong timeline. You might have been distracted in your energy, your ability to create a new earth, if you will. It maybe wasn't directed according to where it was supposed to be. You might be getting this message and you know that you came here for a very important purpose, a very important mission, if you will. And prior to the great shaking that you had in your everyday life, you might have never believed that you could accomplish this great feat that you're about to accomplish. You have this ability inside you. It's within your innate. It's actually within your DNA. And you have this ability to create the new earth, to create new timelines and new realities. But you might have had this energy feeding a timeline that no longer exists, a reality that is crumbling before our very eyes. A year ago, we took this journey, and standing next to a different lake, I left the messages that led us through the past year. If you are a chosen one, if you know that you came here for something very important, if the 144,000 resonates deep within you, you have been raptured out of the old. You've been taken off the old timeline, and you were placed on a new timeline to create a new earth. So all the shaking, all the ups, the downs, the beat down that you had, did you have a beat down this past year? You could let us know in the comments. That beat down, the pummeling, was God, and you and all of us were on the threshing floor. And this continued to happen over the course of the year to sort the wheat and the tares. And now we have a clearer picture of what has happened and where we're headed. You know, this all can happen in a flash. This all can happen in a snap, if you will. And we have experienced this over the course of this year. This was the year of the rapture. And it might not happen all at once. Did that energy come in at once? It might have. But in this density that we're all in, it takes a bit of time for all of these things to unravel. The illusionary world, the illusions that were part of your everyday life, they have been unraveling over the course of this past year. It's a lot to handle all at once. And if you look at what you've been through this past year, I'm sure it was a lot for you to handle in 1 year. But you made it, kid, and you're here. You're here on the new earth, and you're here to start creating and building. That's where your power lies. The power lies in creation. The power lies in being a builder. If we lived our lives in reverse, then we would see the greater picture. And now that we're in the future, we could look back at past events from this past year, and now they all make sense. Whether you have been on the journey with me the whole time, or whether You might have just stumbled across this message and you realize that you are a chosen one and that you came here for a bigger purpose. And you realized that the illusions in your life have been dismantled over the past year. You realize all these things. Remember, the truth cannot be told, it can only be realized. You have to realize it. You can't listen to the words. You have to feel the energy. And you know that the old timeline and all its deceptions and all its illusions have been unraveled. And now you're ready to embrace creating the new earth. All of us collectively are greater than the sum of our parts. Whether you're new or been on this journey, I pieced together a playlist, and this playlist will be found in the upper left-hand corner of this video for all of you. If it calls you, click that playlist, whether you've been here or not, and take the journey and see how in the future all these past events, how all these things fit together and start to make sense. Tesla said, if you want to know the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Our frequency has shifted. We've changed timelines. Do you notice the change? Energy is the ability to cause change, and we can detect energy's presence by noticing the change. Notice the change in your everyday life. It's time to embrace it and become the person that you came here to be. I hope this message resonates with you. We'll be hosting a very special live stream tonight as we grow the family, as we grow the community. Are you a chosen one? You better believe it, kid.